Welcome to the Community Foundation Virtual Candidate Forum. Can you please briefly introduce yourself?
I'm Bryan Baum. I'm running for mayor of Longmont. I've lived in Longmont for the last 26 years. I'm a father of two, Brooklyn, who is 2.5, Chase, who is 6, and I've been married for 10 years to the love of my life, Stephanie K. Baum. I've been involved in the nonprofit community ever since I came to town, and actually all of my life. My parents raised my sister and I to be involved in the community, and the best way to do that is through nonprofit organizations. So it's one of my loves and one of my passions, and so I'm glad to be sitting here and answering any of your questions.
Can you tell us about your personal involvement with Boulder County's nonprofit community?
Oh boy, I got to get the paper out, okay? So I remind you, I've been here for 26 years. So 19 years I was on the Longmont Symphony Board of Directors, which included 2 years as the president. And I bring this up because one of my charges as being on the board was fundraising. And I helped develop the Oktoberfest, which is their main fundraiser. And another thing that I did, which I'm super proud of, is I had the symphony buy a portable stage. And with that, we made it available to all the nonprofit organizations at a reduced rate so that we could help proliferate, acting and performing arts. So I'm very, very proud of that. That's one of the other things that I did within the symphony. And then I became the superconductor of the symphony, which you have to raise a lot of money in order for the honor to be able to conduct the symphony, which I did, and I'm very proud of that. And love the symphony. And I've been a Rotarian for 28 years, past president, assistant district governor. And I've supported the Salvation Army ever since I was born. My dad used to take us kids to ring the bells for the Salvation Army from when I was a baby on up. So every year of my life, I've always rang bells for the Salvation Army, including in Longmont, where I have been the chairman or the co-chair of the Rotary Club. And we're just not going to have enough time here, so I better get going. I was a member of the Boulder County Cultural Commission, which worked with the Scientific Cultural Facilities District. I was on that committee, appointed to that committee for 6 years, where I chaired it my last year. We were in charge of allocating approximately $500,000 to Boulder County and at that time Broomfield County. I was a co-chair of the American Cancer Society Relay for Life, and I started it in Longmont. I participated in the steering committee for the St. Vrain Fatherhood Commission for 2 years, and I met my wife at the Boulder County Partners Bachelor Auction, and we later got married a year later. I was the chairman of the capital campaign for Alternatives for Youth, AFI, and I served as the activities director for the Boy Scouts.
Great.
I could go on and on.
Well, the Community Foundation has identified a lack of diversity in representation both among elected officials and among nonprofit leadership. Mm-hmm. How can the city increase its inclusiveness, particularly in hearing from marginalized community members?
I think this has always been our challenge. We've been trying to do this for years. How can we include our neighbors, our friends, the people in our community that give us the great color in our community? In Longmont, I'm really proud of the fact that we've been able to take a different approach to it. In our Latino community, we have what's called Tamale and Talk, and that's where the Latino community, we have people come in to get them acquainted with the various different committees in the city and to try to get them involved and to join one of these committees. And I think it's a wonderful thing. We have to reach out to our community, otherwise it's just never going to happen. And it's a challenge in all of the nonprofit organizations I've worked in. It's always been one of our main focuses and challenges. The thing is, we just got to reach out our hands and invite people to be included, and they will. They want to be. So that's an exciting part of nonprofit, and I think it's something that we should covet and try to do something about. And the only way to do it is to reach out our hands.
Great. What are your ideas on addressing volatile sales tax revenues, a portion of which is used to support local nonprofits?
That's a very, very good question. Sales tax drives so much in our communities, and with the nonprofit community, it's essential. I would love to be able to endow all of the nonprofits but on the other hand, when you do that, then it takes away some of the fire that the nonprofits have to get out there and fundraise and become part of the community. And that's what I enjoyed so much about being involved in nonprofits. I think we can work together. I think the city and government needs nonprofits. In nonprofit community, we reach out to places they can't get to. And we kind of set the tone. We're the soul of a community, is the nonprofit community. And that's what brings about love in a community too, is that, so you have to have sales tax, you have to support sales. So one of the things that I'm running on is to support that, to get our mall underway, to, we don't want to wait around 8 years for our mall to get rebuilt. We need to get things going now so we can draw in the retail that we need in order to support our sales taxes, which in turn supports so many things in our community, including our nonprofits. And we have to look to our nonprofits. I know if I become mayor, I'm going to look to raise my hand and ask for help from nonprofits to cover areas that the city's just not very good at. Nonprofits are the experts, and you people show the love, and we can learn a lot in government from seeing how the nonprofits work in the community and bring people together. And that's what we have to do. And as mayor, I'm going to work very, very hard and diligently to try to bring our community together, just like I was able to do in a lot of the nonprofits that I've worked with.
Great. Is there anything else you would like to share with the nonprofit community?
Man, just keep doing what you're doing. You are the heart, the soul, the love of a community. Without you, we don't exist. We're going to be ho-hum. We're just not going to, we have to have the nonprofit community be very vibrant and inclusive in our community in order for us to succeed. I think that's one of the things that people are drawn to in Boulder County, is that we do have a strong nonprofit community, not only in the arts but in the social services, and it's a wonderful place to live because of the nonprofits. It's not because of the government or anything like that. It's because of the people, and nonprofits reach out to the people better than anybody, and they reach out better to corporations and to any entity. The fingers of nonprofit are in, and I love the community, and keep the good work going.
Thank you very much.